this is how I control the trees out front of the barn. So, I'll give you a little walkthrough of the system here. This board has nothing to do with it anymore, but I just thought it was cool. I turned it on for the video. It does basically nothing. Anyway, system's controlled by a timer, so all the power goes basically down here, then it gets distributed a couple times. Once to this board with 12 volts, this lamp with 120 volts. We've got another 12 volt line going into basically the brain of the whole thing, and then a data line called DMX going out. DMX is either 3 or 5 pins. That looks like this with the 3 pins, 3 wires. This is a transfer cable to get me from 3 pins, which is the brain board, to 5 pins, which gets me to this 5-pin cable that goes into that outlet box. And basically everything that this board can do, which is a lot, can be communicated with only 3 wires, or 5. 5, like that. Anyway, so this is my little setup for programming it. Then over here, we've got a outlet box that receives the signal from the brain and sends the electricity, 120 volts, out to the trees. So, I'll show you how all that's connected up outside, because there's more to it than what's already in here. But basically, all these green lines, all 6, go out to the trees, and then that's later distributed again. And then these lines below them have timers and basically splitters, which are not really being used as timers. They're just more to split the electricity. At the splitters, you can see all the timers and splits that I have up here. You know, where the green wire goes out to the trees, and then down here it gets split to go to the indicator lights, or to, as I call them, grounding lights. They each get one of these, which goes to a light bulb, which tells me if any of the trees are getting stuck. So those LEDs on the trees will sometimes get stuck on. It's kind of weird. But basically, these lights tell me that, you know, it's either working or not. And then down here, we've got a big mess of lights. Don't worry, it's not as dangerous as it looks. But basically, if these lights are either turned off or missing or anything like that, the corresponding one will stay turned on, basically. Yeah, so I know which one is the problem because it starts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which corresponds to the outlet number on the box. And show you how that works. So I'm hitting auto delete, and then this thing is going to fire up with my programs. If I were to, say, turn this light off, one of these bulbs will be stuck on, which is that one up there. I'm controlling this by turning this light down here on or off. So when that light is on, this light is off. But when this light's on, that one will basically turn off when it's programmed to be off. But yeah, that's kind of the brain up here. All right, let's go downstairs. Alright. So this is where everything gets distributed. Each one of those green lines has a number. Like over here, the one kind of on the right or bottom is line number 6, and the one on the left or topper area. Alright guys, we got some new vocabulary going on. We got the topper area. Sweet! Is number 5. Number 5 goes to the wreath, number 6 goes to the face of the barn. And then we have 1 through 4 under this car mat, basically. But anyway, it's in our mess of wires. So 1 through 4 tell each line what to do, and then there's 2 lines that go out to each tree. So there are 7 trees that get lit. They each have 2 lines, so that's 14 lines out there. And then each tree has 4 strings of lights, so that's 28 strings of lights just on the trees. And then the wreath has 4 strings, and the face of the barn, I think, has 3 or 4 also. So that's a lot of strings of lights. I'm using this timer. It's on line number 1. I'm using this timer to distribute. Anyway, that's in our little mess of wires there. But this is basically the principle for everything else that's going on here. Like this is line number 3 going to basically 3 different trees. 2 lines on each tree. But yeah, that's kind of the mess over here. So to recap with the most beeline situation, it starts with the brain, data cord goes out, and then data cord goes into the box back here, and then basically power goes into the box too, comes out of the green lines, and then that goes outside, and then all 6 of those cords come over here. 5 and 6 are right here, going to the face of the barn and the wreath. And then 1 through 4 go into this mess of wires, get distributed, and go to all 7 of the trees that are lit. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I know I'm not the best at explaining stuff, but if you have any more questions, just leave it in the comments below. And if you haven't already seen the video on the trees working, you should go check that out. Should be kind of cool. I don't know if I'll have it really synchronized to music or not. We'll see. I haven't recorded it yet. But yeah, be looking forward to that, and thanks for watching.